thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're all keeping well. Thank you so much for all your fabulous questions. So without further ado, here are my answers for you. I hope you enjoy them. Well, there's quite a few different things, to be honest. I suppose the first thing is the Tivoli Theatre itself. I think it's the most gorgeous theatre, and it's just beautiful to work in. So when I did my audition for Dick Whittington way back in sort of like the springtime, I think, I was lucky enough to do my audition on the stage in the Tivoli Theatre, which doesn't happen very often at auditions. And as soon as I was on the stage looking out into the auditorium, I was thinking, I really want this gig. So yeah, and it's a really lovely theatre to work. Wimborne itself is the most gorgeous little town. I literally feel like I've jumped into the lid of a biscuit tin or something. It's so beautiful. So that's another thing. And of course, the most important thing is the people, the audiences. The audiences in Wimborne and at the Tivoli in particular are really, really wonderful. Firstly, I'm going to say Mumsy. She's Mumsy. I mean, thinking about it, most of the time I've played Dave, she has been someone's mother, so that makes sense, doesn't it? Secondly, I'm going to say lovable, which I think is a really important one. The audience have to like you as a dame. If they love you, that's even better. And the more they like you, the more you can kind of get away with as well. And thirdly, she is a little bit sassy. She's a little bit sassy. There's always room for a bit of sass in a panto, isn't there? Oh dear. Right, well, anyone who knows me at all knows that learning lines is not necessarily my forte. However, when you're working opposite Anthony, no scene is ever the same twice, so there's no point learning the script because you're never going to recognise it again anyway. So he's asking for a ratio. I don't know how to work that out, dear, I'm afraid. But yes, I read it once for several rehearsals. So when I'm not performing, when I'm not on stage, I actually work as a dance teacher back here in Bristol. So I teach for a performing arts college and also various different dance schools in the city. So I've actually kept quite busy by doing, I've been filming my dance classes from home in the dining room. The neighbours love me when I got the tap shoes on. So I've been filming my classes from home and sending them out online, so our students still have some sort of classes going on, which is great. It's fabulous that we can do that now. It's took a lot of learning though, because anyone who knows me at all knows that I'm quite a technophobe. So I've had to learn how to do all of that, but that's kept me nice and busy. Apart from that, I've just been eating. I've been eating loads. Straight away I know which one it was. I mean, it's hard to choose because I did have about 125 in the show, didn't I? But my favourite wasn't even originally on my costume list. It was the one I wore just before the finale. I don't know if you remember it. It was like fluorescent green with black stripes, sort of knee length, and it had like a massive hoop in the skirt. It was very, very camp. I loved it, but it wasn't originally on my list. And one day I spotted it right at the back of a rail, one of the costume rails in the rehearsal studio, and I said to our Bev, our Bev, our wonderful costume mistress / Wonder Woman. I love her. I hope you're watching, Bev. I love you. I miss you. And I said to her, I said, oh, Bev, I said, that's not on my list, is it? She went, no, I've not seen it on the list. I said, I'd quite like it to be on the list. And, well, 10 minutes later, she was like, oh, I spoke to Gemma, the director. She's fine, we can get it in. So that was actually my favourite costume. I don't even know why, I just think it's camp. I really liked it. And then I can't not mention, I think the costume that was guaranteed to get the best reaction was, of course, the ship. When I walked on in that ship, it just brought the house down, and I literally didn't need to say anything. I didn't need to do anything with my face. I just walked on, and it brought the house down. So the ship costume that was also fabulous as well. Yeah. Well, believe it or not, my favourite pantomime ever is actually Dick Whittington. So, as you can imagine, it was a bit of a dream come true doing Dick Whittington at the Tivoli last year, because I've never done it before. Even when I was doing panto as a boy dancer years ago, I never did Dick Whittington, and sadly, it's not done that much. It's not that popular, I suppose, so much now, which is a shame. So I think I was really lucky to have the chance to do it last year. It was also the first pantomime that I ever went to see as a youth. As a youth. What language is that? Yes. So it was not just my first pantomime. I think it was probably my first theatre experience as well, as a child, and it was at the Redgrave Theatre in Bristol. I think it was 1992, or maybe even 1991. And my sister was in it as a babe, as one of the child dancers. Yeah. She's 40 now. She's not. She's gonna be watching this. She's not 40. I always like to get to the theatre at least an hour and a half before the show's gonna start. Now, some days the overture can be playing and I still ain't ready. And then other days I'll be ready to go on in 20 minutes. So it's always a bit different, really. But usually, on average, it takes about an hour to get my face on. It's going to take a while in it to make this look glamorous, isn't it? And of course, I need a good 10 minutes for my vocal warm-ups, because as you all know, my singing abilities steals every show. Twice I've played the evil stepmother in Cinderella, which I loved. I absolutely loved it. There is something so fabulous about being evil and just walking on stage and having the kids all booing you. It's quite powerful, and the more they do it, the more you just want to be vile. And because for that character, I was still a man in a dress, you know what I mean? So there was still room for a bit of comedy as well. So I loved it. And both times I played the Wicked Stepmother, it was two separate productions, but I wrote the script for both. So I basically wrote that character for myself. So I had so much fun doing that. I'd love to do Ugly Sister, actually. I've done Ugly Sister twice. I did it once in a drag panto. It was a drag production of Cinderella, which was really calm and hilarious, because I do drag as well on the side. And then I did Ugly Sister again more recently, just last summer, in a pantomime tour. But I played I was one sister, and then my other sister was a puppet that I was controlling. So you can imagine. I mean, it was very funny. There was so much comedy that you could do with this because, and we still hated each other, do you know what I mean? Our characters hated each other, but we were literally glued to each other, weren't we? So, I sort of so we'd be yakking like this and having a go at each other, and then I was controlling her arm with this thing, and as I look away, she smacks me in the face, and I mean, it was hard work. I was exhausted at the end of that show. So I did this again then, but I would love to do it sort of with another actual human. So yeah, I'd quite like to do Ugly Sister on a bigger scale. Yeah, so yeah, Ugly Sister I'd like to do. I'd also quite like to do, I wouldn't mind doing like some sort of fairy godmother or something. So just, yeah. Although you won't see me flying, not for love nor money. You're not getting me hanging from the flies on a wire. That's not going to happen. So maybe not actually. No, I'll stick to the evil characters and the Dame. Yeah. So to date, I've done 6 professional pantos. So Dick Winterton was my 6th panto professionally, and then before that I've done quite a few on the Amdram scene, going back a few years as a dancer mainly. Yeah, so 6. And then Jack and the Beanstalk will be my 7th professional panto. And I love it. I am so excited to be returning to the Tivoli this year. I hand on heart, had the most wonderful season last Christmas. Last Christmas. Too soon. Yeah, I had a wonderful season last year. And I had the best time. Honestly, we had the best cast. We had a fantastic crew at the theatre. They were wonderful. We had amazing audiences. That's so important. Especially in panto. We had just the most hilarious script. It was a brilliant script. The bits of it that I read. I'm joking. Boys and girls, I do learn the script. Whether it stays in here is a different story, but I do learn it. Yeah, it was really fantastic. So I cannot wait to be back for Jack and the Beanstalk. Dame Tallulah Trott. She's here. She's getting ready. And my goodness, it's something to look forward to right now, which I think we all need something to look forward to right now. So yeah, a very easy answer. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to returning. I'm so glad I'm returning. Yeah.